Have you ever listened to a Chicago drill song and thought to yourself, there's no way this actually happened? Or said to yourself, that's just too violent and wild to happen? Or perhaps even just concluded that it's just another thing that rappers said but surely didn't do? Well, what if we actually told you that some of these things mentioned on those drill songs actually happened? Yes, you heard right. Some of those violent, shootout, and gang-related lyrics actually happened. Keep watching this video as we'll now reveal to you those Chicago drill lyrics that actually happened. Before delving fully into the drill lyrics that happened, let's take a brief look into the city of Chicago, how drill music started, Chicago's gang culture, and its incessant crime rate, as all these are the factors responsible for the lyrics that the Chicago drill rappers say in their song. Chicago's crime rate. Chicago's crime rate witnessed a major rise in the 1960s. Murders peaked in 1974 and again in 1992. Then, the Windy City saw a decline in crime rate in the 2000s, but then there was another rise in 2006. Although not all parts of Chicago are dangerous, even the safest parts of the city can be more dangerous than the average city. The city has an average crime rate that is 62% higher than the national average, and the most dangerous neighborhoods in Chicago have a violent crime rate that is 943% higher than the national average. For every Chicago resident, there is a 1 in 99 chance that he or she will become a victim of a violent crime. Some of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Chicago are West Garfield Park. West Garfield Park is the neighborhood where rappers such as Twista, Chance the Rapper, etc. grew up in. The crime in West Garfield Park is 409% higher than the national average, and residents have a 1 in 8 chance of being a victim of crime. Washington Park is another dangerous neighborhood in Chicago, and it's the area where Chicago rap legend Chief Keef grew up, and it's the place where young rapper Lil Mark was killed. Inglewood is another dangerous part of Chicago, and violent crime is 7 times more rampant in Inglewood than the other American cities. Inglewood is also home to Lil Durk. Now the last neighborhood we're going to mention is O Block. O Block is home to Lil Durk's childhood and lifelong friend, King Von. This is the most dangerous neighborhood of Chicago and was once home to Michelle Obama. Most of the crimes that happen in Chicago fall into 2 categories: property crime and violent crime. Chicago's violent crime is caused by one major reason only: Chicago street gangs. Street gangs in Chicago. Most of the lyrics you hear in Chicago drill and trap songs are about gang culture and gang activities, and they're also rapped by gang members. Chicago is perhaps the most gang-inundated city in all of America, and there are nearly 60 gangs in the Windy City. Most violent crimes and deaths are due to gang retaliation and warfare, and this is also what most drill rappers talk about in their songs. And you won't be wrong if you also say that gangster rap began because of all these various gangs. In Chicago, most traditional gangs are generational, as most families are involved in gangs. In most situations, the grandfather is a gang member, the father is a gang member, and the young kid is most likely going to be a gang member. There are over 60 active and inactive street gangs in Chicago, and these gangs have over 700 factions. Some of the most popular street gangs in Chicago are the Gangsta Disciples, Four Corner Hustlers, Spanish Cobras, Almighty Saints, Latin Kings, Vice Lords, Black Peace Stones, Spanish Gangsta Disciples, etc. These gangs are also responsible for most of the crimes on the streets of Chicago. These street gangs perform criminal activities such as arms trafficking, murder, robbery, burglary, theft, extortion, racketeering, etc. And these criminal activities form a large part of most drill song lyrics. Most Chicago drill rappers belong to one gang or the other, and some of them are Chief Keef, King Von, Fredo Santana, Lil Durk, Lil Reese, L.A. Capone, Polo G, Pop Smoke, King Louie, etc. These are some of the major drill rappers of Chicago, and they're all affiliated to various street gangs. Now, how did drill music start, and why does its lyrics talk about gang activities? How drill music started. Drill music that we all vibe and sing along to today is an offshoot of trap music, and it originated in Southside Chicago in early 2012. Unlike what many fans think, drill is not defined by any particular production style. Instead, it's about the entirety of the culture, the lingo, the mentality, the dances, and the music which originated in Dro City. Dro City is a territory which contains various city blocks, and the neighborhood is controlled by gangs. Unsurprisingly, drill in street slang or language means to fight or retaliate. According to various reports, Dro City rapper Pac-Man is the originator of this style and genre. According to various reports, he's also the first person to call it drill music. While violence and the homicide crisis continue to grow in the south side of Chicago, drill music continued to rise as many locals could identify with its raw style and street narratives. What's more, the reality of these Chicago neighborhoods shaped drill music. While beef in the rap game is just about releasing diss songs, for the drill scene, rap conflict and gang conflict overlap, and since many of these drill rappers were young and had a background with experience of violence, their lyrics talks about gang-related activities. During its early days, drill music was criticized by various parts of the media, and this is why it took some time for it to become mainstream. It was criticized because most of the rappers were gang members, and the lyrics tend to be violent and very gritty. Drill eventually progressed into the American mainstream in mid-2012 as rappers and producers such as Fredo Santana, Lil Reese, Young Chop, Lil Durk, and Chief Keef became quite successful because of their local fans and internet rappers. This caught the attention of the media, and then the major labels started to sign various drill rappers. And what started was a way of street gangs expressing themselves spread to other parts of the world. However, despite being exported to other parts of the world, drill music has stuck to its roots and its lyrics are still dominated by gang stories. Now, before we reveal those Chicago drill lyrics that actually happened, don't forget to like and subscribe to Rap Central to watch more videos like this one, and without further ado, here are the drill lyrics that actually happened. We start with O Block's King Von. In the remix of his song Exposing Me, Von said, "Wooski got shot up right in his top, his brother told on me." Fans believe that this might have actually happened. This is because Von had beef with Wooski, and he was referencing Wooski and his big brother Mike. King Von belonged to the O Block faction of the Black Disciples, while Wooski belonged to the Gangsta Disciples. The two gangs, Gangsta and Black Disciples, are lifelong rivals. Things got really heated in 2011 after Wooski allegedly shot one of Von's friends, and Von responded by allegedly killing Wooski's cousin, after which they continued their beef on social media. In 2018, while at a funeral, Wooski was allegedly shot by King Von and his associates. One of these associates was Wooski's brother, Big Mike. Big Mike didn't testify against Von, hence why Von wasn't charged and he was rapping about it. In the song titled Back in Blood by Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty, on which he featured Lil Durk, the Inglewood native said, "You can't come back to your hood, huh? He was dissing on my cousin, now was in that wood, huh?" Fans are speculating that Durk was referring to Mubu Crump in this lyric. This is because Crump once dissed Durk's dead cousin OTF Newski. Many fans believe that Durk might have ordered the killing of Crump, and this was why he bragged about it on the song. King Von was one of those drill rappers who bettered all in his songs. He was one of the most respected on the street, and fans believe that this was because of the various people that he had killed. In his song Bless the Booth Freestyle, Von rapped, "Let's talk bodies, I got several." Von is a member of the Black Disciple Street Gang, and many fans are speculating that he was rapping about the people he might have allegedly killed. Another drill rap lyric that might have actually happened is what Lil Durk rapped about on the song Should've Ducked. Durk said, "I told my PO through the gate that I get high as she asked me how high do I get? High as duck." Fans are speculating that Lil Durk was dissing FBG Duck on this song. FBG Duck was one of the rivals of the Black Disciples, and he was killed in August 2020 after disrespecting dead members of O Block with his song Dead Bodies. Now, drill lyrics weren't about killing fellow men alone, but also about killing women as well. King Von rapped, "Put a pretty op in the morgue, call that drop dead gorgeous." On this bar, Von was rapping about the killing of his former love interest and rival, K.I. Many fans believe that Von dated K.I. only so that he could set her up. K.I. was a member of the Gangsta Disciples. K.I. allegedly killed Odie Perry when she was just 14, and K.I. herself was allegedly killed by a member of O Block named Big A, and this was what Von was supposedly rapping about. FBG Duck wasn't just on the receiving end of a diss, he dissed other rappers as well. On his song Exposing Me remix, FBG Duck said, "Waldo ain't get to finish his status. He was on the internet laughing, capping, then got caught without it." Waldo was a member of the Black Disciples, and he was killed for dissing a dead rival on the internet. In another line on the same song, FBG Duck also says, "Let's off 23, then 7 more. That's how I come for bro. T-Roy ain't get shot inside his head, but he ain't make it though." Fans are speculating that the first line in this song was about his brother Lil Brick. Brick was killed in the Woodlawn neighborhood after he posted videos on the internet dissing O Block. FBG Duck and his team identified themselves by numbers, and Brick was identified by the number 30. So fans believe that FBG Duck was playing with words by saying 23 and 7, which also signifies he has 30 rounds for O Block to get revenge on his brother. In another drill lyric that might have happened, on the song Bless the Booth Freestyle, the crazy story crooner King Von rapped, "He tried to run it, but it ain't am right. They call that the can't get right." Many believe that Von was referring to the death of one of FBG Duck's associates called Can't Get Right. Can't Get Right was a member of the Gangsta Disciples and another casualty in the deadly gang war between the Black Disciples and the Gangsta Disciples. Fans are speculating that Von used the exact lines that said, "He tried to run it, but it ain't end right," because in a surveillance video that showed how Can't Get Right was killed, he was seen trying to run from the scene. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment below. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new content.